Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Cole.
Welcome to our home. We're glad you guys are able to join us today. We're excited to talk about one of my favorite movies, National Treasure. And so can't wait to hopefully you guys have had an opportunity to watch the movie. And if not in the last week or so here, across the last 6 months, that way you can be involved in some of the conversation. Sounds like somebody in the background sneezed.
Yeah. Sorry.
So for me, I really enjoy National Treasure.
It's one of my favorites.
It's kind of a mental, not exhausting, challenge.
Yeah.
Especially the first time or so. But then even after that, you can kind of put little things together along the way. And, very conspiracy theorist kind of movie.
Yeah, it's very much like a, what's it called? Mystery solving movie.
So let's kind of go ahead and going through the questions.
All right. So my first question is, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
Well, first of all, let me say thanks for the like. I appreciate that.
Hey, Ainsley.
Ainsley, nice to see you tonight. Glad you're able to be here with us.
So what was y'all's favorite scene in the movie?
Yeah, what was your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite is probably where they get the, what's it called? Now my brain just went blank. The Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, that's your favorite
That's
one.
my favorite
when they go
scene.
In and steal it.
With my second favorite being the glasses scene, where they go and get the glasses. That's my second favorite.
The glasses scene is cool.
That one's awesome.
What I liked was when the glasses, the Declaration, they were trying to read it in Independence Hall. That was kind of a cool scene.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was real neat.
Thank you for 2 likes, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
So, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite, I just said.
Oh, okay.
When they were in Independence Hall and they had the Declaration rolled out and they were reading it, and they just kind of paused for a second and was like, this is the first time this has been here since it was signed. I thought that was a cool little thought. Hey, Miranda. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully you've had a safe trip home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now watching it.
I had a bad day.
Well,
sometimes
when you have a bad day, a good, conspiracy movie like that's a way to blow off some steam.
All right. So what was your least
We hope your day gets better.
So
what was my what?
What was your least favorite scene in the movie?
Oh, my least favorite scene in the movie.
All right. Miranda said she made it home safely.
Oh, good deal. My least favorite scene in the movie is probably what's yours? Well, I'm thinking.
Well, whenever they catch Nicolas Cage, I'm so used to calling him that, but Benjamin Gates or Ben Gates, whatever you want to call him. Whenever they catch him and he just like jumps off over the pier, that just kind of seems like
That was your least favorite scene?
I don't know. Least favorite. I like a lot of the scenes in the movie personally.
I guess my least favorite scene was how easily Ian was able to get the Declaration whenever it tumbles out into the street. It was like, oh, no big deal. All those people around, it fumbles out there, and then he just walks up and grabs it, opens it, looks at it, and puts it back. But
I mean, Sean.
Oh, I said Ian, didn't I? I'm sorry, Sean.
All right. But, yeah. I mean,
no, it's Ian.
No. Sean, it drops off the bridge, and he gets it.
What are you talking about? No.
Oh.
Ian, whenever the Abigail and him are running, and she trips, she bumps into that guy, and the tumbles out in the street, and she runs out to grab it, and then Riley has to pull her out of the way, and then she goes back and then she falls down, and when they look up, Ian reaches down and grabs the little tube.
The bad guy.
Yeah, his name's Ian.
His name is Sean. I looked it up. No. Or Shaw, whatever.
Yeah, Shaw. No.
Mm-hmm.
It's Ian. I'm going by Ian. Y'all tell me if I'm right. It's Ian. Cole did his research, but I'm going off memory, so I must be right.
Mm-hmm. I think Ian may be the name of the villain in National Treasure 2. I think that's where you're getting confused.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's my second favorite one.
Right.
I'm like Phil off of Duck Dynasty with Bourne. I'm like that way about National Treasure. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Ainsley says, I didn't like how it starts. Sorry if that was loud in the mic. It's right here in front of me, and I was leaned in like,
yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't like how it starts. I really like the way it starts, but, your opinion is valid.
Yeah.
So is mine. But, all right. So, what was your favorite line of the movie, Dan?
I think I told you this earlier. Let me think, because I know you always ask this. What did I say it was? It was whenever... I have several lines that I like. Which one was it that was my favorite? Let me think. What's yours?
My two favorites. My number one favorite. I quote it all the time. Wow. I'm just basking in the glory that I know something you don't.
Oh,
that's
by Riley?
Funny. That one's funny to me.
Yeah.
The other one, and it was one that I just kind of caught in this last time I watched it, which was where he's up in the front door and he's like, huh, your girl...
Is she pregnant?
Yeah. She's like, I look pregnant.
Yeah. She's like, I look pregnant? He's like, let's go in.
That's funny.
I like that line a lot. And then I like the one where I like the one where she's dangling and they're swinging back and forth on that big thing, and he's about to drop her, and he says, do you trust me? And she says, yeah. And he drops her, and then he reaches over and grabs the Declaration. Then when he gets to her, he's like, I'm so sorry I dropped you. And she's like, I'd have done the same thing. Yeah, that's an all right line. But there was another one, and I can't remember it now, but we'll move on.
Yeah, all right. Ainsley said, the grandpa makes me jump out of wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the grandpa does. I get what you're saying. I'm thinking the beginning scene is with the Charlotte when they're already there.
I was thinking the same thing.
But you're going back further. I can get that.
Whenever you think of National Treasure, the opening area where they're in the snow, that's like the thing.
That's to me what automatically comes to mind. But you're right. There's that whole rainy scene, the Charles Carroll talk, and
yeah.
I'm with you. It's a little bit. But it is. That's one of my favorite ones. That's one of my favorite lines is in that scene though, because he's like, "Grandpa, does that mean we're knights?" He's like, sure.
That's pretty fun. All right, who was your favorite character in the movie?
My favorite character in the movie.
I mean, this might just be typical, like, oh,
well, what's yours?
It's just Benjamin Gates. I mean, I know that's like. How original, you like the main character, but I don't know. I like his character. I
like Benjamin Gates in the movie. I do, but I also like Sadusky. I know I told you earlier he wasn't my favorite, but he's really close, and only because he thinks so differently than everybody else.
He does seem like
everybody else are like bumbling idiot cops in the way they portray them. Oh, you didn't. Think it was important. Oh, you're chasing down this guy, but really, why? He just kind of thought through things a little differently, and I kind of like that idea.
Yeah. I mean,
what about y'all? What was your favorite character?
In that same sense, so does Benjamin Gates.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now,
I'm like Shaw was my favorite. Shaw was, see, the reason I'm telling you you're wrong about the main character.
Sadusky.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying the reason I'm telling you Shaw is not the main bad guy. Shaw is the one that falls from the chandelier. And then he looks at looks at the rest of them and he says, do you think any of your lives were more important than Shaw's?
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I know the movie, brother.
I looked it up. Maybe it was wrong or something.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's okay. It's Ian.
All right.
Because then he says Ian has almost unlimited resources.
I thought he said Shaw has unlimited resources.
You're wrong. Let's go.
Right.
Keep going.
Right.
I'm setting you guys straight so you don't get misguided by young Cole.
Oh, I never get. Oh, yeah, I did. All right. Do you think this movie is overrated, underrated, or judged fairly? I think
it's really close to fair to me, but I think it's a little underrated.
I think it's a little underrated.
Just barely.
I wouldn't say just barely personally, but you know.
6 generations of fools chasing after fool's gold. I do like that line. That's a great one.
That's a pretty good one.
That's a great one.
All right. What character did you most relate with? Doesn't mean that's your favorite character, but what did you most relate with? I just know that I have a different answer than.
All right, what's yours?
Riley. I mean, he's the nerdy kid. He's the nerdy person who he's not the smartest, but he's still smart. I'm just saying I'm not the smartest person around, but you know, I'm still smart.
Right. That's one of, just thinking about that though. He has one of my favorite lines too. I can't quote it because I don't remember it all, but it's whenever they're at the Charlotte and they're looking for it, and the guy's like, "How does a ship get out here?"
He's like, "I'm not an expert, but
yeah." And then he goes, "I'm not an expert, but you know, the freezing and refreezing of
water basically sunk it due to currents and all sorts
and moved it here." Yeah. So I like that line.
That's fun.
And then I also like the line when they've just crawled through the tomb. I'm going back. Sorry. They just crawled through the tomb, and Benjamin Gates kisses Abigail. And then the bad guy that's fallen, he looks at him after he does that, and he tells her he loves her or whatever. And the bad guy says, "Why does that never happen to me?"
And he said, "Yes, I agree. Cole Riley keeps the movie comical."
He does. He really does. He carries the comical side of it.
But he's not unbearable. He's not Jar Jar Binks unbearable.
No, he does very good with it.
He really was a good balance of comical yet still serious enough.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, he's the one I most relate with. Who do you most relate with?
Ainsley, they could probably do that. She said they should make Splash Mountain into this movie. They could probably do that.
Be awesome.
Really well, you know, in the second version also. You could tie both movies in. Because the second one, you know, they go to the Black Hills.
You know, they're making a show after this on Disney Plus.
Yes, that's what you were telling me. And so I'm excited to see that.
I'm excited to see that too. They announced it in May.
So which character do I relate with the most?
Yes. Ainsley said way better than the Frog movie. I mean, I like The Princess and the Frog personally. But, I mean,
I don't dislike The Princess and the Frog. You know, it's just interesting to me to have a log ride, basically. Not to downplay Splash Mountain, but it's a log ride of sorts. But to have your log ride with a princess on it's kind of odd to me.
I have a feeling they're not going to focus on Tiana.
But
I'm just.
But I get where they're going with it, and it works with the bayou and all the water scenes. So to me, it seems like a somewhat logical deal, because you'll have a lot of frog interaction. That's where you're going to get that, and then at the end you're going to have her. I mean, that's kind of the logical play. So I can get where they're going to go with that.
I can see,
but I think that they could do
tons
of movies.
It's going to be a long ride
that way.
Although it will be exciting to see like newer animatronics throughout the entire ride. That'll be kind of cool. All right.
So did I ever give mine?
No.
Okay, who do I most relate with? Maybe Sadusky. That's probably why I like him so much.
All right. If you guys want to comment down below, feel free to share your thoughts.
And don't comment there, Miranda, and tell everybody I'm not that smart like Sadusky.
All right. She's like Shaw.
She's but you've got the wrong guy.
No, I'm saying Shaw.
She's like Ian.
Yeah. All right, whatever. Did any parts of the movie feel unrealistic to you guys?
I'm gonna feel real stupid if it's really Shaw. Did any of it feel unrealistic? Yes. First off, the whole idea that you could steal the Declaration of Independence from where it's at is unrealistic to me.
Hey, Bill Gates. I mean, if not Bill Gates.
Because there would be more security on guard than one guard.
Oh yeah.
For something like that, there would be more.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I completely agree.
The bumbling idiotness that they kind of point most of the cops to be in that, where they're not smart enough to put several things together. You have somebody reporting things to that many agencies, somebody's going to follow up on it. So that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
The explosion scene at the first, and then they can still hear, that's unrealistic. I mean, I've had a lot of loud noise in my ear. They would have had ear ringing. They couldn't have heard each other for a week because their ears would have hurt so bad after that explosion.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are unrealistic, just to name a few. But hey, I'm okay with overlooking unrealistic stuff. It's not that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, it's not that bad.
I agree. I do think some of it's weird. Like,
what did she say there? Did North Face
sponsor the
movie? Everyone is wearing them. Oh,
I would assume.
I bet they did. I never thought about that, but I'll bet they did.
I didn't even know North Face. I didn't even see any of their clothing, but I mean, wouldn't surprise me.
Cole wouldn't even notice it unless it had a big Donald on the front of it. He'd be like, Donald Duck sponsor that. Finding the ship in snow is unreal.
I mean, kind of.
Kind of. Or the fact that you don't know that there's a ship called Charlotte.
Or the gunpowder that just doesn't light up instantly. That's crazy. I mean, maybe that's unreal. Maybe that's realistic enough, but I've seen enough Mythbusters to know that that's not realistic at all. It would like instantly cause a giant explosion.
Yeah.
Not like 5 minutes of time where they can run and hide.
Or how quickly Benjamin Gates can get everything. I mean, he's so fast. I mean, he just reads something, he ponders on it for 2 minutes, and he's like, got it. I figured out what these forefathers, set down, and I know it right away. I just think that's a little bit.
Or Riley, that one.
It's a little bit unrealistic. Yeah, and then he gets tripped up on something so easy as, daylight savings time.
Yeah.
That's silly.
All right. So now we're moving on to questions of the genre of the movie. Did you guys think the mystery at the ending of the film was satisfying? Personally, I think it was okay. It's not the greatest.
I'm okay with it.
I think personally, National Treasures 2's kind of thing was a lot better. The satisfyingness of it all.
I think it's about the same. I'm good with the ending.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was bad. Don't get me wrong.
The only thing that seems a little odd about the ending is they're all down. They get down there. They send, I'm going to call him Ian because I believe that's what it is. They send Ian back up to the top. And I noticed Shaw's body wasn't laying on the floor. Of course, it doesn't really show the floor, so maybe that's why. But they're down there, and they're in that room, and he goes back up thinking there's another clue. And he's like, now it's time to go through the treasure room. So they go through into the next room, and it looks like it's been ransacked, and there's not really anything left. And he doesn't grasp that there's no air cut to get out. And so that's odd to me. And why wouldn't Ian have taken the ship back with him? It just seems unrealistic. All right. Ainsley said, the little pipe, the Meerschaum or whatever it's called, Meerschaum pipe, where he pushes it in and uses the stem of the pipe to turn the nozzle, and then it lets them in.
Okay.
Cole doesn't remember. He doesn't watch this movie enough.
Oh, yeah.
Ainsley said, love the part where they find the dead body on the ship, and it's not the best. And I agree with Cole.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, Riley's pretty funny. If Cole found a dead body, he'd act that way.
If I found
As opposed to me, which would be calm, cool, and collective.
Yeah. If I found a dead body, I'd be freaking out over the germs of all things about the dead body.
Were you surprised at the ending?
Yeah.
Were you surprised at the ending, Cole?
Yeah, by like all the big reveal.
I know. Are you? Were you?
Not really.
I mean, it's Disney. You're going to have a pretty much happy ending most of the time. It's very rare.
Yeah. I mean,
and so I expected them to find the treasure.
Another funny thing, just trying to go
I was
back
more
to the
surprised when
lines.
they didn't find it at first. And then I was like, that's odd. But then they did.
But I will say this, that it does reveal the best part about another really good line is at the very end of the movie where he has the Ferrari. He's like, "Oh, you settled for 1%. You could have had 10, but you settled for 1%.
Oh, I thought it was even less than that.
Oh
I
no,
thought it
he
was
said
one
half.
half of a
Yeah,
percent.
he said you didn't even settle for 1%. You settled for one half of a percent.
Yeah.
Percent, not present. Ainsley said, "Be safe." All right.
Night, guys. 3 a.m. We'll be here soon. Good night, Ainsley.
See ya. All right. Did any clues leave you guys feeling confused?
You answer it first. You guys answer on there if you're still there. Looks like 5 of you are watching.
Yep.
So,
all right.
What about you?
For me personally, I don't think I was like super duper confused by any parts of the film. What about you?
I was confused on the second one with a couple of clues at a couple points. On this one,
Actually, I do remember one. The very ending part where they're like trying to get it all together, I guess.
I mean, the whole Solomon staircase winding, symbolizing the journey, that makes a lot of sense. Because that is part of Freemason teaching. It's a fact.
I will say the final scene is still a little confusing to me, even after watching it like so many times. But maybe that's just me.
I don't know how he could remember all those numbers for that lockbox.
Oh,
That whole scene where they go get the book and they read, and he looks at page 14. Am I in a different
You're
one?
in the different one.
Oh, I'm in the other one. That doesn't make any sense to me. See, I told you there was ones in the other one that didn't get me. That didn't make sense. All right. Back to this one.
Now, first,
I watched them back to back the same night this time. So,
all right. So, what did you guys think of Sadusky? For me, I know your opinions on it. For me personally, I think Sadusky was a great, like, I guess what he's technically called is a foil, which means he's kind of bounces off of not Nicolas Cage, Benjamin Gates.
You can call him Nicolas Cage. It's okay.
Yeah, same difference, but I'm just saying.
So,
I think he was a great foil to him. So they kind of bounced off, I guess, really well.
Technical lingo. I thought he was a pretty good character.
That's what I'm saying. So, we know your opinions.
Yep.
If you guys have any, feel free to leave in a comment. So, what did you guys think of Abigail?
I felt like Abigail was a fairly decent character. Her development was kind of slow in the process. And you can't, they did a pretty good job of blending where she decided to be a part of it or not. It all kind of hinged on, there is a map, and when she realized that, you couldn't have beat her off of the thing with a stick.
That was pretty good. I don't know. I didn't really just understand her whole entire purpose to the film itself.
Right.
I guess. That's about the one major problem I have with her.
Well, you got to have a love story, brother.
I know it's Disney,
and she was instrumental in being able to help out with, handling antique documents.
I guess that's true.
And she knew quite a few things.
Yeah.
And somebody had to get him out of jail.
Yeah. I guess
see what I'm saying?
It would have been cooler if his dad got him out of jail.
But his dad was a prisoner, remember? He couldn't have got him out of jail.
Okay.
Ian had him.
Oh, you mean Ian. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Ian had his dad.
Or what if Sadusky did it and he was still working with him?
That's silly. Yes, with the lemons. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to.
Then
they had to get down on there real close and go together. So you can see the love begin to form, and they're like, and
just use the blow dryer.
Yeah,
that was funny. All right,
and I was surprised one of them didn't go, "Your breath stinks."
Mm-hmm. That's about the relationship with mom and dad, but
she'd be like, "Hey, back up! Your breath stinks. Get the hair dryer."
All right. Did you guys like Shaw and his group of baddies?
Okay, so Cole still thinks this guy's name's Shaw, but it's not.
I better double down. If you're doubling down, I got to double down.
It's not Shaw, but the bad guy, I say his name's Ian. Cole says it's Shaw. Shaw was his lead henchman, if I remember right. But I would say Ian. What did you say? Did I like him?
Did you like him? And what did you guys?
I thought he played the part really well.
I thought he
was
really good villain,
a well-written villain,
especially for Benjamin, because he's so smart. This guy's not only pretty smart, but he's also a really good bad guy.
And extremely lucky to be at the Silence Do-Good letters at the same time that the little boy was getting them for Riley. Obviously, he would have never gotten a step further without that. So
I'm just thinking back, that kid. It's lucky that Riley even got those letters, because he gave him the money beforehand, and then
no, he gives it to him each time, and he sends him back for another one.
Okay.
But anyhow, because that's why the kid was wanting to find the next dollar.
It's funny.
So anyhow,
I like that part in the film where he's like, he holds it up. Is this real? He said, "Hey, go get the letters." That's funny to me.
Shaw was not over the top. Good villain for the movie.
It was Shaw.
It's not Shaw.
It is Shaw.
It's not. I promise y'all. It's not Shaw.
Are you sure you're not mixing them up for the two movies?
I'm sure.
All right. So, final question. Did you guys think the Illuminati stuff was too weird for the movie
Talking about the Masons?
Yeah, Masons, Illuminati. He did talk about Illuminati stuff a little bit. Same difference.
I thought it fit the whole agenda of the movie, which was to say that there was secret things behind the scenes that people didn't know about.
Yeah, I would agree. I just wanted to ask, to ask. That is why we're doing the Disney movie discussion.
That's, to me, it fit very well.
All right, so final thoughts on the movie. What would you guys rate this film on a scale from 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9.
I'd give it a 9 too. Usually when I'm really into a film, I'd give it a 10. I'm not saying I'm not really into this film, but I still feel like there are other movies I like above this film. So I would say a 9.
Okay.
All right. Would you recommend this film to a friend?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know any other.
Yes, I recommend it to any of you who haven't seen it. I thought they tied the clues from American history to make it feel better. Believable. Yeah.
I mean, that's really one of the
make it feel believable, not better.
I really like that part about the whole entire movie.
It's kind of like getting a little history lesson as you go.
I like history a lot.
Has not always been the case.
No, it hasn't. But over the past, 4 years, I've been really into history.
So Cole says, do you think you will watch the movie again soon?
Yeah.
And I would say, most likely.
You're probably going to watch it again soon.
I like to watch it about once, and I don't repeat movies very often unless I really like them. Don't put that up. I'm finna prove you wrong.
Oh, okay. You're going to prove me wrong.
Yep.
On TV.
So I'm going to prove you wrong right here for everybody. Punch in the code to get that thing up. That was not a sponsor of Apple, as you saw that fake apple go flying by the screen.
Here, I'll look it up.
Google the cast of National Treasure. We're fixing to prove you wrong.
Or prove me right.
I'm not sure of it. So anyhow, where were we at? So I felt like it's worth watching over and over and over again.
All right.
All right.
Patrick Sadusky. Ian.
Oh,
but then
who?
also Shaw.
Who is it?
It's Ian, but there's also
So
Shaw.
who's the bad guy? The main bad guy's name is who?
It might be Ian, but
It might be Ian. Let me just show this. That's not an apple, by the way.
no.
All right. Let's see. Can you see that
I
name?
had to double down on my side if you were doubling down on your side.
Right here. Main bad guy, Ian.
You know I don't do
His main henchman, Shaw.
Yeah,
Andy, don't give him a leg up. We weren't both right. He was wrong. He was wrong and I was right. He looked it up on the internet earlier today. Me, right here. Right here. I'm like Sadusky.
Okay.
See?
Or Ian.
I'm like Ian.
All right. I would think I'm probably going to watch this movie soon, too. I'm not one to watch movies very often like that, too. I'm basically like you. Like, even Star Wars, it takes, like, after I watch, like, a bunch of Star Wars movies, I'm, like, out of it for a while. And then I'll eventually come back and watch them.
I love Star Wars. But I can't watch the same Star Wars movie back to back unless it's Rogue One.
Of course.
As often as I could watch this back to back.
Yeah, I could do that. Like, a lot easier.
So, back to telling you guys. So if you were here with us on last Thursday, we announced that for the month of July, we will not be having any more live videos during July.
Yeah.
And so this is our last live video till July. So
You mean till
to the end of July.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break from live videos and regroup, in our minds on where we want to move forward with the channel. And we look forward to seeing y'all in August.
And I don't think I will be doing a video this Saturday because it's July 4th.
There you go.
I'm going to take a small little 1 week break from this video, from a Saturday video. But I do plan on coming back the week after that.
All right.
But we'll see.
And that'll just be the Saturday videos. That's all that'll play in the meantime.
Yeah.
Hey, we hope y'all have a great July 4th, and we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. And until next time, from our house to yours.